Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back.
Hey.
We are here today, and here we are. And today we're gonna do some talking about family secrets. Um, why we keep them.
But I think because it's family secrets,
Right.
we might need to have a little drink
I agree.
beforehand. So I got everybody. I found these. I wanted to try them. They was in a store. They were called "Why Wait for Friday." That's the name of it. Then on the can it says "Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers." So I got what's my strawberry. I got strawberry.
I got raspberry dragon fruit. That sounds
And
delicious.
Kyla got raspberry dragon fruit as well.
Okay.
We're going to crack these open and see what they taste like.
Straw here.
Oh, you got a straw. I'm just going to.
Ooh. I need to be on the beach somewhere. It's good.
I thought it was going to be fizzier.
It says bubble free right here.
Oh, well. I think it would have been good if it was fizzy to me.
Well, this one is good. It's got a nice raspberry. I could taste the raspberry.
I can taste the strawberry. It's not bad.
I can definitely see how I can be at home on a Friday. It says Thursday, but Friday, or
So why wait for Friday? So you got to drink this Thursday.
Monday
Happy
to
Thursday.
Thursday, right?
And this is true.
It's good. I think it's good.
Guess how much this was?
How much?
$1.
$1? You trying to kill me
No, I got
with
it.
cheap alcohol?
I had a Food Lion.
Oh wow, that was good. I mean, that's definitely good. Yeah,
I was wanting to try
Tasty.
it. I'm a package person, so I liked the way that it was like, why wait for Friday? It was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cute. So I threw like 4 of them in the cart.
that's good.
Not bad.
Put a little. You could probably add like a little Sprite to that if you wanted some kick. Or I'm not a tonic person. I hate tonic, but you could put tonic water in that. I
No, I
assume
probably would have added, yeah.
a Sprite or ginger ale.
Mm.
Kind of just level that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I think it should have been bubbly, but I didn't realize it said bubble free. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Is it flat? Big ass sign that says bubble free, which that goes to show you I don't read. She
Reading
does.
is fundamental.
It
yeah.
is. Riff, remember that?
I do.
Riff and the
Indeed.
big red dog.
Yes.
Mm.
So while she's drinking all that, so family secrets.
I don't have my cards.
I didn't really have any. I'm just kind of. I'm just kind
It's a
of
joke how
shoot from
I'm always prepared and I'm ill prepared.
So untrue. So untrue. She has I give her the same level of preparedness that I have.
I just be winging shit. It's not like
Right. But there has to be some kind of order. Where there's no order, there's chaos.
order, chaos.
Right. Where there's no order, there's chaos. There's no me without you kind of thing.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Family secrets. Yeah. I mean, people have family secrets. Every family has them. I'm sure you do. I do. We're not going to get on here airing our business because my family be watching, but
I don't know.
I mean, she might have some teeth, But why do people keep family secrets, you
Because
think?
duh. It's a secret. People, it's certain things that they don't want to get out that I think they'll feel will be detrimental to their family's reputation or just optics of how it looks and
Right.
things like that. So that's why I feel like, people keep, or shame. Like,
True.
they don't want to be.
Shame.
Remember when Game of Thrones, when Cersei was walking, it's like, shame.
Yes. I do.
Shame. I'm like, yeah. So maybe they feel like it's gonna be like a public shaming or
Right.
something like that. But the funny thing is, people keep family secrets, and you got people all on the internet just spilling everything,
All their business.
like just openly.
Well, there's
Yeah.
this perception that you have a a shield on the internet. People feel like you on the internet and there's like a wall of, and also people can probably talk about stuff, and unless I know personally who user 459-827 is, I can tell my secret and not have to worry about, like you said, reprisal from judgment and all that
but
stuff.
there's somebody on the internet that's gonna be like, that's gonna come across there in
how,
your
how,
phone.
how likely is that?
Anybody in your For You page, like usually your For You page gets pushed out to your contacts.
True.
So they be sitting up there, your mom be on TikTok, and you be talking about my dad had an affair and had a child on my mom. My mom doesn't know. She's like, what the?
Billy, get in here now.
I knew it.
Exactly.
Like, she's like, what the?
Marsha.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know why people feel like, on the internet, it's like then that travels the World Wide Web. Like somebody over in Italy, like, oh.
Somebody knows what you're talking about.
Somebody knows somebody who knows. It's only 6 degrees of separation. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Right.
But I think a lot of family secrets, we'll hear like family secrets, like the most common that I feel are like secret children or having another family, which
may or may not affect people in this room.
I'm just saying, one user got on that said you should talk about a segment of family secrets that says that how she found out that her dad had a whole other family outside of the family that she knew,
right?
With just her mom and her dad. She got sisters out there. Like, it's all that she's finding out. Like, so you have to, that has to be a shock and awe like factor, because here you are, this adult who's never known anything else, and you get somebody who reaches out to you and be like, hey, guess what? I'm your sister. And you like, I know you fucking lying.
That's exactly what I said. But anyway, carry on.
I don't care. Like,
that's exactly what I said next.
You might have the same last name, but I know you fucking lying.
I'm telling my story, yeah.
No, but see, it's a similar story, because that's why I said it's always with people leading a double life, or it
could be depending on what the secret is. It could be like if it was your grandparents, great grand,
it's the time
to protect the generations coming after them from whatever the secret is. Like you said, if it's something like a secret family, we want to protect those coming after. We want to protect those kids from knowing that grandpa was a Rolling Stone or grandma was out there in the trenches. So they want to protect the name, the reputation, all that.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody has secrets to a degree. Everyone has something in their closet that they don't want the sun to shine in on.
Right.
And that's their business. Everyone's able to keep secrets. It's fine.
Right.
That's cool. Right. But, but I think when it becomes detrimental to your health or like your mental well-being, man, like, go sit on somebody's couch and tell them this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get that shit out.
Depending on what the secret is.
Yeah, because if that's weighing that heavy on you, go get that out.
Right.
Because, or I don't know, I journal, but maybe writing it down is not enough. But maybe you just need to get that up off of you, whether it be through writing down, talking to somebody anonymously. You go up to a stranger in the street. Hey, guess what? Da 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 da. Bye.
I released you.
Yeah. Universe, do what you want.
Lifted from my shoulders. I'm free.
Yeah. And the person looking at you like, what the what?
I'm just trying to pay for my sandwich.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Yeah. So I don't know.
So what if how do you think people can kind of navigate finding out a secret? Like,
I think it depends on what it is. Like, that shit is detrimental. Mm-hmm. Like, it has to wait, because it's going to destroy you. Finding out that you got a whole other set of siblings outside of what you thought it was just you and your parents. You finding that out. Your whole life as you knew it isn't what it is anymore. Your life as you knew it now becomes a lie, I feel like. And you're like, wait a second. So then you start calculating. Right. You're like, what year were they born? What was this? So then this is the age. So when I was here and over here and they were over there, wait a minute. Like, you know, I think it life as you knew it ceases to exist.
So why don't you tell us the story? Because you done gave us all the meat and potatoes.
All. That's it. That's the story. Like, it's just got some siblings.
How did she find out?
She was like, "You my sister," on the internet.
So somebody on the internet came to this person and said,
"Well, got the phone number and was like, hey," called and was like, "Got the phone. I don't know how you got the phone number." It was like, "Hey, I'm your sister." I know you fucking lying.
So
I'm your sister. You got two more.
The person who called knew that the person
the other side existed. Okay. But the person who received the call did not know that the other side existed. Wow. There's some speculation that other people in the family knew that those other sides existed. I said, I know you lying. I know you lying.
Devil is a lie.
But it wasn't.
So how did the person react when they got the call or when they got were they devastated?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, it's life as you knew it ceases to exist.
Did they receive that person?
There was like pause.
They still
there
got
was some pause for concern, yeah. And then it was, they met and...
Oh, they met. That's good.
Yeah, so listen, I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
What would you do if that were you?
Girl, I thought about that. I was like, yo, what if...
How do you think you...
If I'm minding my business, because it ain't going to come from my mom, because we, the women, that's the one thing, like, women can't go have a kid and like,
right.
Somebody would have saw that. Uh-huh. But a dad, because you go outside, you go, come back home, you ain't got to worry about showing a pregnancy. You ain't got to worry about all this other stuff. I thought about that. I was like, yo, what if somebody came a knocking one time and was like, hey, someone saw your dad? Yeah, I'm your sibling. I know you lying. Let me go get swabbed. We about to go get swabbed. When was this? When was you born, sir or ma'am? Mm-hmm. Is it before my mom?
Right.
What's the age?
Right.
Because if you anywhere between the age of 50,
it's gonna be some problems.
55.
I'm gonna go knock some stuff over.
If you anywhere between those ages, the 50 to 55.
Problem.
So 55, yeah. Either no. That's not even 50, 55. 55 and below. Yeah, 55 and below. Not even 50, 55. 55 and below. Because my brother's 55. Yeah. Or 50. 56.
Somewhere in that range, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, 56 and below. It's going to be a problem. Because I'm like, look like that lady that be sitting there thinking with the math calculations.
The calculation, yeah.
Like the math ain't math. And now, if it was way before, like my mom and dad, and you were born then,
got that.
I just never knew about you. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice to meet you.
Right.
But if it's any time, and I'd be like, we gonna go get this swab real quick just to make sure. I would be like. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, like I alluded to, I found out that, and the exact same thing happened. Yeah. I got a message on Facebook like, hey, was your people these people? And were? Well, I'm so-and-so. And I said, I know you effing lying. I know you lying. Right, that's exactly what happened. And I think, like you said, there's a whole shift in
your reality.
Like you said,
it's
what
distortion.
Right.
Everything gets distorted.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I'm a changed person. but for the longest time, I was like, oh well, too bad. You know, I felt I was hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not from my clan.
Yeah. You from that.
You're from the north. You're from the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of like, you know, I didn't want to accept it, but
you have no name,
right?
Your last name is Snow.
True, exactly. Truth be told, it's kind of like that person is in a deficit too because they didn't ask for the lifestyle that they got, and they were kind of cheated out of a life because you know, I had a different life. Yeah. I had a different life that included that person and they didn't. Well, they weren't included to that extent. And this person was after my parents separated. So
okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, but I still was like,
I know you lying.
And what do you want, you know? But every once in a while we'll hit each other up on Facebook and, you know, like a post here and there. But I kind of, now that both of my parents are gone, I can kind of commiserate with the person. Yeah. And her mother, not recently, but her mother passed away. So I think after her mom passed away, she started trying to connect the pieces because, you know, for lack of better,
she didn't know.
Because my dad died and, you know, her mother's passed away. So now she has no links really. Yeah. So, you know, I have a different perspective on it now, but definitely I could understand how if the situation was different, how that secret could have been perpetuated. And it was perpetuated up until for a long time, you know what I mean? Because I didn't find out about it when I was 7. I'm about 70 now, and I'm finding out about it. I'm not 70, but, you know. So I can understand how, you know, family secrets could get.
It could destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could, especially if it's something that happened during a marriage, like that child that happened during a marriage. Yeah. And you're like, what?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, all the time you said you was going out of town for a work trip. You was going to go be with the other family, you know, or something like that. So then you start to, you know, you start to do these calculations in your head and you start to feel like, and also I think changes the perspective that you had
on the person, perfection or of that person and of your situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, like the way you look at them is like, what the heck? But people are human and people make mistakes and nobody is perfect. Yeah. So you don't know what the reason was. Not that there is a reason, but again, what are you going to do? That person is here. They've been here for years and years and years.
You can't do anything.
Right. You can't do anything.
You can't. You can't rewind the clock, and you can't change anything. And I think what hurts more is when you find out a secret, and the person who has created this secret is no longer here, and you can't get the answers that you really want, or you want clarification, or you want to know why. But in the case of like a secret family, if you connect with them, they'll start to give you bits and pieces of information,
filling the spaces.
Yeah, but it's still not. You can't ask that person why. They can't tell you why or what happened, and they can only give you how they grew up and what happened in the situation in which they came to be. You know, and I think so then there's another mourning that has to take place, because you mourn the person that you thought they were, and then you find out some information, and then now it opens up this whole thing, and then you start to feel like now you're mourning the person that they, not only who you thought they were, but the person that they are, and now this information that you know that you can't get clarification on.
And the person that you now are knowing that, okay, my family of 3, 4, 5 is now one more person. So it's like it's tough all around, but
don't be expecting me to set an extra plate at the dinner table for holidays.
Okay, yeah, that part. I mean, but you never know,
No.
So yeah, there's a lot of emotional weight that comes from keeping the secrets. And you know what I think too is that I find it funny, not funny, but how when you were a kid, family secrets, they were secret, but then as you got older, you find out stuff. You like, get out of town. Uncle Pete did what?
But sometimes it might be a secret. Again, a secret to you, but it's common knowledge.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's common knowledge, right?
But then you get to be an adult, and then they let you in.
You get in on the secret, right?
Yeah, they be like, well, you can know now, but
right.
You got to stay out of grown folks'
before
business.
It was all hush, like.
But and I feel like there's certain family secrets that people don't say, or they be like, don't talk about our business outside of the home when you have pedophilia in your home, and uncle so and so or auntie so and so, but you hear the family say stupid shit like, "Yeah, don't leave the kids over there with Ray," but then then they shut up about it. But this is happening, and you keeping it secret, but yet you're letting the person who it has happened to. Not only that, you're letting the person that has happened to relive that each time that you allow that person to come to a family gathering. Each time, because you want to keep it a secret and you want to keep it in the family, you want to sweep it up under the rug. Right. So I think, there's an emotional toll. There's an emotional factor that happens when there's certain family secrets. And it's even worse when you have a kid who knows what that secret is or that has happened to them, and they're forced to keep it. Don't you talk about anything else outside this house. Don't you tell nobody what happened. That takes on a whole other thing.
How many movies have you seen where a kid is now an adult and now they're telling us the secrets of the family, or like, documentaries of, the kids that, like you said, got molested or something. Yeah. Now they're speaking up. They're finding their voice and breaking those curses, because that's a vicious cycle. Like, and any secret that festers is going to incorporate itself into your life and who you are in some kind of way. But those things sometimes, and we're not saying everybody go out and tell y'all family secrets, but we're just trying to touch on that topic as something that's relevant and kind of like like I said, it affects me. That was a family secret. My father took that secret to his grave.
Like, no.
And the secret was like, we gonna dig you up.
He was like, no. Cause he was like, listen, I'm going. Y'all do what you want. Like, right. if it come out, what you gonna do?
He was like the shruggy emoji.
It come out. What you gonna do? You can't ask me any questions. Family.
So have you ever like had, and not even have to share the secret, but have you ever had a feeling that something ain't right, or something, that buttermilk, what do they say? Buttermilk is spoiled or something like that. What's the saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I gotta think of it. But have you ever had a feeling like something, like a situation where you're like, that's not, something's wrong. Like they acting funny. About that, no? That's good. I don't think I have either. Like, because I think it's either we talking about it or we not.
Yeah. I think the generation now, I was just joking about them, like the younger generation now, if it's one thing that they're more in touch with is their emotions, and you can probably try to tell them, shh, don't say anything. Now I gotta tell the world.
I've gotta tell my truth.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta tell it.
I gotta speak my truth.
Yeah, I applaud them for that. It's like, don't silence me.
Absolutely.
I applaud them for that. If there was a situation where there was something happening like that in the family, and I think that they're more vocal about that because of their more mental health is more of out in the forefront of their lives.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not gonna squash that. I was thinking as you were talking about like I'm just trying to think. I'm sure there might be something, but I can't think of anything because we are that next generation of secret bearers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that, I wouldn't want my kids to know.
Yeah.
Or that I'm squashing down or, suppressing, or that I'm carrying from up here down.
Wait, yeah.
Right.
That's going to burden her at some point, Yeah, I don't have it. I just just want them to to live in your truth. Yeah. To speak your truth. If there's something that happened, I would never be like, don't say it. Don't say anything because I don't want, this stays inside the house. No. Do you need to talk to somebody?
Yeah.
Because I will take you to see somebody.
We go through hell and high water for our kids.
Yeah, I'll take you to see somebody. Let's get this out because if you got to carry the weight of that, and it's going to take a toll on you, and it's going to break you down. Yeah, it's going to break you down. It's going to break me down even worse to see any of my children carry something, carry that weight when they didn't have to. And I've always had those conversations with them as something happens, tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
tell
too.
me immediately.
I would like to think. I think that my kid is a little reticent to tell me, but I think she might eventually get to it.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted her to feel safe in telling me stuff.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me, because if you can't tell me the little things, then you won't tell me the big things.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to be that person, kind of going. And it's if you're a kid carrying a secret, that's hard because you don't really know.
Kids should not.
You don't know how to carry that. You don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
That's a heavy burden. Even for some adults, that's really heavy to carry, especially if you've carried it from childhood up
into
to life.
Adulthood.
Now it's manifested itself and it's so deeply embedded in who you are that you don't know what else to do with it. It's just a part. It's just like right here, you carrying it all day.
Yeah. You see a lot of people online talking about the secrets that they've held from a kid for things that happened to them, how it has molded them into the person that they are, some of the decisions that they made, some of decisions that they didn't think were smart decisions, how that made them or manifested in their life. And now that some of those adults have kids now, how that trauma has been passed down to them unknowingly. One girl I remember, she was talking about how, she was molested and it was something that she carried with her for the longest. And then she felt unloved. She felt like she wasn't lovable because this thing happened to her. And then next thing she knows, she's having kid after kid after kid after kid to try to have someone love her. And you have tons of kids that you can't provide for now. And now you're living this life they didn't ask to be born into, but because you lacked that, you kept having these kids because you wanted someone to love you.
Right.
And now that she's starting to, she's talking about all of that stuff, and it's starting to make sense now, and it's just, I don't ever want to have to carry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit different when you your best friend, they tell you something, you be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. A little bit different,
What you say?
Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket.
Okay.
Don't act like you never said that.
I never said that a day in my life, nor have I heard it. Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket.
You never?
No.
In your childhood?
No, I never. Don't
act like we grew up vastly different.
I don't know that one. I'm sorry. We didn't.
Zip
but
it,
I don't.
Lock it, put it in your pocket.
I got it, but I've never heard that.
You know the zipper emoji?
Yes.
See it?
I know what the saying means. I just never heard it before. But anyway, so we got a couple of real time examples of people on their family's business.
So hold on. I'm gonna read out this one. This one says, "No one knows where my uncle came from."
Ooh.
So my grandfather was a very high-ranking policeman, but also a raging asshole. My nana unfortunately had a stillborn baby, and my very Catholic grandfather was a right. I'm gonna say it was a right dick about her grief.
Oh.
He refused to acknowledge the baby as having any right to be buried in a family cemetery, as it was not baptized. Nana suffered enormously in her grief, and granddad was sick of it. So one day, he comes home with a newborn, told Nana they had adopted him, and she could stop crying now. And that
brought her a baby?
He brought a baby, like a bag of snacks. Like, here's your baby. And that was my uncle. He came with zero paperwork, no birth certificate, no adoption papers, nothing. Our best guess is that he was the baby of an incarcerated woman, but as both grandparents have passed away now, we really don't know for sure. I personally don't care about the legacy of an angry and abusive man, but the rest of the family keep it rest of the family keep it under tight wraps, so that his service history with the police won't be tarnished over the fact that we're pretty sure he stole a baby.
Wow. That's serious.
Yeah.
That's terrible. People do a lot of things to keep their secret alive.
Yeah. Keep the lie alive. No.
Right. They're going to do whatever they can do to kind of protect their secret. Now, what did Nana say when he brought that baby home? Because
Nana was probably happy,
right?
She was grieving. She had a
different
baby.
Time.
Yeah, a different time, and it was probably, I got a baby, and it's probably during the time where a man in the house would go out and cheat and bring the baby home and tell a woman to raise it, and she'd be like, sure, no questions asked, And
if he was so bad, he probably was like, don't ask me no questions, and she knew not to ask any questions.
Yeah. She was happy to have a baby.
True.
It's
a baby here that needs love, and now
she's happy to have a baby.
To kind of do that. Yeah. That's sad.
So there's another one that says, my parents had a roommate, their best friend while I was growing up. Turns out she wasn't just a friend and roommate.
Who was she?
The three of them were in a relationship.
Oh, man.
I'm the only one who knows, and now all of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me see. My DNA kit seemed to reveal that my grandmother has a half brother. When I asked about it, who is this? How is he closely related to me? But I've never heard his name. My grandmother accused me of stomping on her father's grave and hasn't talked to me since. That's another one of those of, we're not going to talk about it. You done went out and got this 23andMe kit done, and now
you got questions.
Right.
And I don't want to give you any answers.
Right.
Don't talk to me.
Right.
She was going to take that to her grave because she was.
She was
going to take that to her grave.
So I got another one. Listening on the other handset, I once heard my mom admit to her BFF during a late night phone call that she wanted to cheat on my dad with a neighbor. Terry has the best blue eyes. She lost all my respect that day. First of all, get off that phone.
Why you eavesdropping? Why you ear hustling?
Why? Right.
And that had to be some time ago, because like
on the phone, you got the extension out.
Yeah, you gotta
pick it up
softly. So you gotta pick it up like this
so
to hold
it don't
the thing
make the
down.
click. Ooh.
You gotta go like this. You gotta
and then
go like this.
Slowly lift it up so the person don't hear the call connect.
So they can't hear you breathing. Like
fact.
That's a lot of thought. See, that's what you get for listening to grown people.
You should have just went outside the door and listened.
Put a glass to the.
But you can only hear one side of the conversation this way. Now she mad at her mama. Now she mad at her mama because she heard her say something that she shouldn't have been listening to. Do you have something else?
Let me see. This one, oh, my mom was convinced dad was cheating because he started tolerating spicier food. Thus, he must have a Mexican girlfriend.
Wow. So the Mexicans are the only ones that have
I don't know.
spicy
I guess
food.
that, listen, man.
I had some pretty good spicy
You probably-
shawarma last week. That was
Listen.
amazing.
I don't know.
Wow.
Here's another one. It says my paternal grandfather was a Black Panther,
Okay.
and my maternal grandfather was a Klan wizard.
Oh. So I'm sure y'all didn't.
The two sides, they didn't come together for the holidays.
Sides in the well, not meet in between, in the middle. Wow.
No.
We have one cousin who was a priest and married and baptized every person in our family, and then he got fired from being a priest for doing meth. The last year of my grandma's life was spent every day being on the phone with their aunt screaming about it. Oh my God, what a disgrace. Oh, meth is an addiction.
Don't do it.
Right, do not pick that up. That's terrible. So you done dipped everybody in the family in the pool, dipped in the blood.
The blood of Jesus. And you dip it in meth.
And you on the meth.
You on that stuff.
You on that shit. My grandmother's beloved secret chocolate chip cookie recipe is just a Nestle recipe from the back of the bag. Grandma, the lies you tell, Grandma. Those cookies are delicious.
They are delicious. I was about to say, those cookies are damn delicious. Are you kidding
She
me?
ain't even had no cinnamon in it or nothing to make it.
She ain't do nothing. She was like, this is
She's
like, somebody made it.
she's
Like,
like,
these taste just like grandma's
She's like,
cookies.
no, they probably came in the kitchen and saw her folding the bag up, half a cup of flour.
No, she probably memorized it by then. Until somebody made those cookies and they taste and they see these taste just like Nana's cookies. These taste, Nessie stole Nana's recipe. Oh my
Nestle.
God.
Wow.
So, my dad likes our dog more than he likes mom.
Wow.
Is that a secret?
That's terrible.
Let me see here. What else? Okay, so apparently my great granduncles were fishermen in Nova Scotia when the Titanic sank.
Oh, wow.
Gets better. They went to try to save any passengers, but they already froze to death. They then decided to cut their fingers off and steal their jewelry. That family has
You shouldn't be telling.
jewelry from when the Titanic sank, and they took those people's jewelry, which was probably passed down from generation.
Wow, but you shouldn't tell that story.
And you are cursed.
You need to put that in a box and never. Oh my gosh.
And not only did they put out their page, their looks like their real name and their pictures up on their profile. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Family on my mom's side used to be part of a circus in the olden days. It explains a lot of why I wanted to be a clown growing up. Okay.
I met clowns in real life.
Somebody has, apparently one of us is adopted, but mom won't say who. They have a picture of like 7 bald eagles, and one of them has brown feathers on their head when it should be white feathers.
Oh my God.
So I guess that's the adopted one. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's a lot of family secrets that, people are just kind of going along with. I don't know.
I got one for you, which you will probably, this is right up your alley. It says, so on Monday, we're discussing blood types. And this girl was trying to figure out why her blood type didn't make sense on her Punnett square.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yes.
I knew you would know it. I knew you would know it.
Yeah.
So then it says she told the professor her dad was O and her mom was A, but she was AB. My professor explained that that's impossible and that she's confused on the blood types or something. She even drew out the different Punnett squares to show her.
Mm.
So the girl was persistent that she wasn't wrong on her blood types and was confident that there was something wrong with how the professor was doing it. So my professor told her to talk to her parents to double check the blood types and all to make sure the information was correct. Wow. She comes back to class today, and my professor made a point to ask if she was mistaken or confused. The girl is ballsy. Let me tell you. She announces to the entire class of 243. Turns out her mom had an affair with her husband's brother, which is her step brother.
Huh? Her mom had an affair with her husband's brother.
Her mom had an affair with her husband's
brother. So her mom had an affair with her uncle.
Uh-huh. And then it says her husband's brother, which is her husband's stepbrother, which is his stepbrother.
Okay, because when you said it, I was like, well, if it was the brother, he would have the same alleles as
so
the
it says
father.
Stepbrother. So
so then that makes sense.
Yes. So then it says, so technically, she's been raised by her uncle and not her dad her entire life. Her mom hid it from both of them for 21 years.
So how? If her father was raising her,
so maybe the dad wasn't. So technically, she's been raised by her uncle. Oh, because her uncle is now her dad. Because her stepbrother is the father. That's why. Get it?
No.
They calling a dad her biological dad, which is not her biological dad, because the stepbrother is the dad, which means the dad is really the uncle. So that's what it was saying. She was raised by her uncle. Really
got it. I thought she was saying she was raised by the step.
No.
Okay, got it.
Her daddy uncle.
I'm not that smart. I know a Punnett square and how to get that, but
I was like, I said, this right up your alley with the scientific stuff. I said, you get this one.
Yeah, because that wouldn't make sense. She's an O and she's an A. Yeah, you can't get AB from O and A.
Yeah. See, here's one. My great grandmother set her husband on fire, who was the chief of police. Somebody replied, crispy bacon.
That's not right. That's terrible. Is she in jail? I need more context to that.
That's it. I don't know anything else.
Know what happened? Was the reason?
That was it.
Did he survive? I need the facts.
That's it. I have nothing.
Family secrets are juicy for the most part.
I have no idea. Good. He might have been in like a complete asshole or something.
So I mean, I think across the board we have decided that keeping family secrets can be detrimental. It can have a severe effect on you emotionally, especially if you're either the holder of the secret, you were affected by the secret,
or you call
negatively, right? Or you caused the secret, and people will do all kinds of things. Facts.
Or you are the secret,
right? People will do all kinds of things to kind of keep that going, but let us know if you guys have any juicy secrets. You can log in as user 75297 and
you can create a
keep yourself anonymous. But we love to hear your family secrets.
You can create a
story you got from your friend,
a TikTok, anything. Right. Somebody, this is my friend's story.
Right.
We'll take that too. We good.
Right. Telling this for a friend.
Mm-hmm. But
and there goes.
Family secrets is the mother.
The mother and the father.
And an uncle. And a stepbrother.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And a mama.
Right.
And an auntie.
All
a great grandma. Anything.
All of that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap up this episode.
Yep.
Again, if you can like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Sharing is important. We appreciate you. Again, we always appreciate any view, any comment, any subscription, any share. So with that, it's not about the destination.
It's about the journey.
No matter where you are,
it's where you're meant to be.
And here we are.
We'll
see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.